Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Lindsie Chrisley's family reveals feelings about name change. Lindsie Chrisley's family has revealed their feelings about her name change. Lindsie has been estranged from her family for years. However, she decided to make things even more official with her recent change of her last name. Fans were shocked to see she just did this now, as there have been plenty of opportunities prior to now. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Lindsie Chrisley changes her last name. Lindsie Chrisley has not been close with her family for years. However, she recently decided to change her last name on social media. Fans noticed she changed her name to Lindsie Landsman. This is not the last name of her biological mother. However, she is dating David Landsman, so she took his last name. Lindsie did clarify to fans that they are not married, but that he has been there for her and her child. So this is the last name she chose. She has been contemplating this for a while, but decided to do it quietly, not thinking fans would notice so quickly. Her family reveals feelings about her name change. A source close to the family has revealed how they feel about Lindsie changing her last name. Lindsie has had a lot of problems with Todd, Savannah, and the rest of the Chrisley family, so this did not come as a shock to anyone. However, they are glad the family is not too bothered by this. It seems as though the Chrisley family is not too upset by Lindsie changing her last name. They have not been close or in a good spot for years, so it is not the biggest deal to them that she did this. However, fans were more shocked that she changed her name to her boyfriend's last name when they were not married. However, she is the one who ultimately had to choose what she wanted her new last name to be. In a stunning turn of events that sent shockwaves through fans of Chrisley Knows Best, Lindsie Chrisley, formerly known as Lindsie Chrisley Campbell, has legally dropped the Chrisley name altogether. While Lindsie herself has been open about her personal evolution and the reasons behind her decision, today's bombshell revelation came from her family, many of whom have remained tight-lipped for months, until now. And their reactions? Raw, emotional, unfiltered. A quiet move that became a loud statement. Lindsie filed the legal paperwork months ago, citing personal reasons, emotional detachment from the family name, and a desire to start fresh, amid the public fallout and ongoing family drama. Many assumed it was symbolic, a final step in the years-long rift between her and her father, Todd Chrisley. But what no one saw coming was how deeply the move would stir emotions within the entire Chrisley clan. It wasn't until a podcast episode dropped this morning, Chrisley Confessions, Unfiltered Edition, that the family's true feelings spilled out into the open, and fans are still reeling. Savannah breaks down in tears. "I get it," Savannah Chrisley said through tears during the podcast. She wants peace. She wants to reclaim her identity, but it's like, does that mean we never mattered to her? That our name is something to run from? Savannah went on to say that despite their fractured relationship, she had held out hope that one day the sisters could reconcile. But now she's not sure what the future holds. She's not a Chrisley anymore, not legally, and somehow that makes everything feel so final. Savannah also admitted that she felt blindsided by the timing. "She didn't even tell us. I found out from a tabloid. That hurt." Todd speaks from prison. But perhaps the most shocking revelation came from Todd Chrisley himself. In a statement released through his legal team, the imprisoned patriarch didn't hold back. "Lindsie was my firstborn. I gave her my name. I carried her when she was sick. I put a roof over her head when she had nowhere else to go. And this is how she repays me." The statement read, "She can drop the name, but she can't rewrite history. She's a Chrisley whether she likes it or not." He went further, accusing Lindsie of using the Chrisley name when it was convenient and discarding it now that the family has faced public disgrace. "She benefited from our family name, book deals, podcast listeners, reality TV, and now she wants to pretend she was never one of us." The words, sharp as knives, revealed the deep pain still simmering between father and daughter. Nanny Faye offers a softer perspective. In contrast, fan favorite Nanny Faye took a more forgiving approach. The 80-something matriarch appeared via a pre-recorded voicemail on the podcast, and offered heartfelt wisdom only a grandmother needs to walk a new path to find her peace, I say let her walk it. Nanny Faye said, "Names are just names. What matters is love. And I'll always love that girl, even if she calls herself Queen Elizabeth." The clip brought Savannah to tears again, who whispered, "God, I love that woman." Chase's surprising silence. Meanwhile, Chase Chrisley remained conspicuously silent. Sources close to the family say Chase is torn and is trying to stay neutral to avoid deepening the already tense family divisions. Chase has always been the peacemaker, the insider said. He talks to Lindsie privately sometimes, but he won't speak against his dad either. He's stuck in the middle. Fans noticed that he unfollowed Lindsie on Instagram shortly after the news broke, but it's unclear if that was intentional or part of a broader social media cleanup. Lindsie's new identity. Lindsie herself hasn't remained silent. In a passionate Instagram video posted just hours after the Chrisley podcast dropped, she explained her side of the story and her reasons. "I didn't drop the name to hurt anyone," she began. "I dropped it to reclaim who I am. For years, I've been defined by a narrative I didn't choose: scandal, estrangement, gossip, courtroom headlines. I want my son to grow up with a mom who leads by example, who chooses healing over headlines." Lindsie said that the name change was not about erasing my past, but building my future. She also addressed Todd's statement. "He says I'm rewriting history. Maybe he should look in the mirror. I know my truth. I know what I endured, and I refuse to carry a name that comes with baggage I never asked for." Public reactions, divided. The internet has erupted with debate. Some fans praise Lindsie for her strength and bravery. "She's doing what's best for her mental health. Good for her," one supporter wrote. Others feel that she should have made the decision quietly. Dropping the name is one thing. Publicly distancing yourself from the people who made you famous? That feels cold, another commenter argued. And then there are those who just want the drama to end. Enough already. Can the Chrisleys go 1 month without a scandal? What's next for the Chrisley family? Insiders say this may be the final nail in the coffin for any potential family reconciliation. With Todd and Julie still behind bars and the siblings deeply divided, the Chrisley empire, once united on screen in their lavish Atlanta mansion, now feels more like a house divided. But even amid the pain, there's still a glimmer of hope. When asked if she'd ever consider mending the relationship, Lindsie said, "Maybe. Someday. But it would take accountability, honesty, and a whole lot of therapy." She then added with a half smile, "and probably a few less podcasts." Final thought. Today's shocking news of Lindsie Chrisley's name change may be just another headline to casual fans, but for the Chrisley family, it's a deeply personal rupture, one that exposes old wounds and opens new ones. Whether healing can ever take place remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Lindsie is no longer a Chrisley in name, but her impact on the famous family will never be erased.